If I gave a fuck what y'all think I would be doing this? Welcome to the FMFU podcast, the podcast that's from me, for us. Vulgar but true, real and never fake. I'm your host, Ayo Reese, and I've got a lot of shit on my mind today, so let's get into it. What's going on, people? Happy fucking Friday, folks. Y'all don't understand how happy I am that fucking Friday is finally here. This week was one of those just throw the whole week away type of weeks. Even the weekend prior. It was going good at first, but of course the weekend prior was cold and then some bullshit happened. So I'm on the PS4. I'm getting it in on that new Call of Duty World War II. Add me on a PlayStation Network at ReesePup07. That's ReesePup07. But I'm back on that bitch. I'm back like I never left because I didn't play that Infinite Warfare bullshit last year. So it's been like a year since I got it in on hardcore TDM. So I'm on there just making the thing go scrap, pop, pop, ka, 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 and it's all good. But then I'm done for the night. You know, I'm sitting there. I'm like, man, Call of Duty. This is a good game. I like this. And I go to take my Turtle Beaches off. And for those who don't know, Turtle Beaches are the gaming headphones, so you can chat with friends. You know, and then the audio from the game is also inside, so you can listen for footsteps, gunshots, and whatever else to be more realistic. But you know, it also helps you win. But anyway, so I go to take them off. And as I'm taking the headphones off, the right side of the fucking headphones snaps slightly. And this joint is leaning in a way it just isn't supposed to be leaning. So I take some tape and I nigga rig this shit. I nigga rig it so I can still use it. And, you know, I'm thinking, well, whatever. I mean, I'll buy some new ones, you know, sometime soon in the next week or so or whenever I feel like leaving the house, because it was like 0 degrees all weekend. I didn't want to go anywhere. So that just pretty much blew me for that weekend. But, you know, we get into the first full week of the new year. And, you know, first fucking full week of work. Like, you know, this is going to suck. Mind you, I only worked 2 days last week. So I already knew coming in it just was going to be a fucking drag because it's probably going to be slow because it's cold out and ain't too much to do. So I'm heading into work on Monday. No one likes Mondays as it is. And as I said, it's cold outside. Weather's still in single digits. You know, snow's still out, so you can just feel the cold just chilling and like the shit's like gripping your bones. You know what I'm saying? The shit is just terrible. So I pull into work, heading to the office, you know, boot up my laptop. And, you know, about an hour later, I'm on my computer doing my thing. And then one of my coworkers comes in and asks, "Hey, Maurice, what are you driving?" And I didn't hear him at first, so I'm like, "What?" And then he repeats himself like, "Hey, what are you driving?" But like, I'm not all the way sure what he is talking about. You know, then it kind of clicks. You know how it is when you first get into work in the morning. Your brain just isn't all the way right. So now I'm confused because, mind you, it's like 7 a.m. and this guy is always the preaching type or the type of person who just always has to say something about every fucking thing. So of course I'm thinking, why the fuck you wondering what I drive? You trying to judge me, bro? You assuming what type of car I drive because I'm black? But I try not to jump the gun, so I tell him. So then he goes to tell me, well, I was coming in and your driver's side front tire is completely flat. Mind you, I had no issues coming into work, no tire issues, no anything. I just came right into work just normal. So I take my ass outside in the cold to go check it out. I go outside and see that I have two, not one, but two flat tires on my driver's side. So of course I'm like, fuck, this is the last thing I want to deal with. First thing when I get to work in the morning. Throw the whole damn Monday away. So I used my Geico app and got it towed and took it to a spot up the street. And luckily it was just my tire pressure sensors. The insides were corroded. And basically I didn't have to get new tires. So that only cost me like $80, which, hey, that's a lot less money that I had to spend compared to if I had to buy 2 damn tires. Because at first I'm just sitting there like, damn, I had to buy these tires. It's gonna cost me all this money. Da 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 da. But I mean, shit. I'm just glad I decided not to buy those replacement Turtle Beaches or those Nike Mo Moneys over the weekend. Man, look up them Nike Air Mo Moneys. Them bitches is fire. All army green, dollar sign on the back, American flag design on the tab. Shit's a hot fire. Pop, pop, cut, cut, cut. Hey, shout out to Big Shaq. I'm bringing you with me into all 2018. But I will say on the flip side, I'm thankful the tires didn't go flat on the nigga. And while I was driving, because, the roads weren't the greatest with all that snow and salt and everything else. And I was still grateful I made it to work safe. So, yeah, it is what it is. At least it's Friday. It's a nice high of 50 degrees today. Fucking scorching out here. And it's also a 3-day weekend. Shout out to my man MLK for the day off on Monday. Black power! In preparation for enjoying our day off of work for Martin Luther King Day, I researched some of the top 10 quotes from Martin Luther King Jr., and one has stood out to me. Dr. King stated, "I look to a day when people will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." This is an excellent quote. Straight to the point and so easy to understand that any fool should know exactly what he is talking about. Judge a man or woman for who they are, not how they look or how they appear. When Dr. King made this statement during his leading of the civil rights movement, it was geared towards the whites and their mistreatment of blacks. White people only judge based on one thing. Well, the color of the black people's skin. Duh. Henceforth, I wanted to discuss something else of relevance, which in my eyes, continues being a major problem. It is a reoccurring issue that still seems to be having effects on the psyche of lots of adults today. I think those psyches are affected because the issue has never been addressed and has only been sort of peeked through the blinds, per se. The peeking started when lots of us were only kids on the playground, and for some of us, it even continued even throughout high school. As a black man or woman, life is a war. And it's a war that we're going to fight in itself, with all the Donald Dump robots thinking that they're able to say what they want because that fool was their celebrity in chief. As the quote I read online said, "Don't let your president get your ass whipped." Anyway, despite that fact, there continues to be one battle that we have within our own tribe. The battle we fight. Light skin versus dark skin bullshit. I scroll through social media, and as always, I see lots of bullshit on my timeline. Light skin versus dark skin. Light skin nigga shit. I want my baby to be light skinned. Black ass. Light skin nigga squint. My daughter needs to have color. You're darker than her. Beautiful black woman. I bet that bitch look better red. Hold up. Hold my phone. Why does all of this shade, pun intended, get thrown towards each other when ultimately the goal was to fight against the hate of the white man? It's irrelevant. And not only is it irrelevant, it's stupid. Let's put it into perspective. There are people of all kinds of different shades that do different shit or act different ways. And there are people of different shades that act the exact same or do the same shit. The problem is in society, certain things always get associated with people based on how they look or what their shade is. Very hypocritical of Dr. King's message I quoted earlier, right? Typically, I might see a bitch, and excuse me for saying bitch, but I don't know a name at the moment. So typically, I might see a bitch. She might say some shit like, "Oh, that's that light-skinned nigga shit." Now, normally, shit like that gets said when they're trying to portray or insinuate the light-skinned nigga shit as being some fuckboy type shit. You never hear when a nigga gets a master's degree, a bitch be like, "Ooh, that's that light-skinned nigga shit." No, why? Because all people of all shades of black can get a master's degree, and not just light-skinned people. So, applying this same logic as the master's degree example I just gave you, why isn't this logic applied for everything? Remember using the balance of scales for measuring evenly that was discussed last episode of the FMFU podcast? It's time to use it. Because by not applying the logic to everything, are you really trying to sit here and tell me dark-skinned niggas can't be fuckboys or emotional? We all know that's not true. And if you believe that's the case, you might want to flip back the calendar to 2017. Because last time I checked, Young Thug wears woman clothing. And Tyrese ass was online on the camera crying, talking about, "What more do you want from me?" Ain't stuff like that typically some fuckboy shit? Those niggas ain't light. Let Chris Brown or Drake do some shit like that. You all would be murdering them niggas Super Saiyan 3 times the way you did Tyrese. So, and these are just facts, man. Let's take two niggas, right? One dark, one light. You know, we let them, do their normal routine, take a shower, boom, 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 throw they wave grease in their hair or they wave whatever they use, get, whole same routine. And then let's have these niggas both throw on like a pink shirt or, some off the wall shit. Maybe that's not that off the wall, but let's just keep it simple. They're throwing like a pink shirt or a purple button up or something. And then, let them upload, some of the same type of pics on social media. Same pose, same light skin squint, same everything. Now, the comments might not show this, but I guarantee more people would say the dark nigga was fresh, but the light skinned nigga be on that light skinned nigga shit. And these are facts, yo. I'll be real with you. Back in the day, I used to be a personal victim of it. Well, let me not say victim, because it wasn't like I was getting made fun of or get my ass beat. No, y'all, I wasn't Terrence Howard on Get Rich or Die Trying on how he said they used to beat him until he turned red. No, that wasn't me. But anyways, I'll rephrase it by saying I've seen these situations myself. There were lots of people who I didn't know on a personal level. And after I got to know them through hanging out or mutual friends or whatever the case might have been, they used to always say after the fact the same shit. "You aren't what I thought you would be." Now me, I'm like, what do you mean by that? But I didn't say too much about it. I just laugh it all. But in reality, they assumed I was cocky or I was conceited. And what's fucked up about it is they never spoke a word to me a day in their life. Only thing they knew me through was seeing me maybe walking around, whether it was in school, whether it was out and about, or whatever they saw through MySpace. Mind you, this "you aren't what I thought you would be" narrative, it was only coming from females. So I also think, those same ones really thought that way because they just wanted my dick in their mouth. But anyways, point is, I never did anything too crazy for them to think that way. Not there's anything wrong with doing this, but I wasn't like getting manicures or pedicures or my eyebrows done or some shit. I did normal routines. Stayed in some clean sneakers, but nothing out of the ordinary. Hell, I even played football. I was a 2-year varsity letterman, but that pretty boy shit would always be there with, well, some, not most. Not everybody thought that. My main man Wade looked just like Mekhi Phifer. Like, I bullshit you not. Like, that's probably really that nigga's daddy. But, me and this nigga had the same type of fits, nigga. It was 03, nigga. We in the jerseys, motherfucker, baggy jeans, Air Force Ones, fitted caps. You know how that shit was. And, we can do the same thing. Brush your hair, whatever we doing, man. And I'd be the only nigga to get this pretty boy nod. I mean, and I look at it like, well, shit, we doing the same thing. Well, dark-skinned niggas can't be pretty boys, too. I mean, no homo, but, it's just, like, why not? I mean, don't A$AP Rocky nowadays call himself pretty motherfucker? A light-skinned nigga couldn't do that. Y'all would murder that nigga if he was coming around talking about it's the pretty motherfucker. You can't do it. But you see what I'm saying, though? These are just a couple examples of the assumptions in our shades and color. And you know what they say about assumptions? It makes an ass out of you and me.
It's the FMFU podcast, bitch.
We as black people like to always compare shades of color to other blacks as well. Typically, this happens with our black women. Ladies, I'm sorry, but y'all are always comparing shades of color. I'm not sure if that's just a DNA thing or what, but I hear it all the time. Is she darker than me? I'm darker than her. She really is darker than me, and I had a tan at the time. Blah, blah, blah. This shit needs to be cut the fuck out as well. Whether you truly care about your shade or not, I always love the skin you're in. You should know the niggas not really caring what color or what shade you are. One thing I have always said, and I still feel this way until this day, I don't give a fuck what color you are. You can be black, yellow, white, blue, the color of Patty fucking mayonnaise from Doug. I don't give a shit. As long as you fine, you fine. That's all niggas care about. There could be a bitch walking, be green as Godzilla, but let her be fine. Who cares? I tell you who don't care. Niggas don't care, that's who. Women even have it so bad that they wish that shit on their kids. Some black women be black as all hell with a black ass or brown ass baby dad talking about, oh, I want a light skinned baby. My baby needs to be light. Girl, how the fuck your baby gonna be light when you black as hell and your baby dad not even light skinned? Let me pull back. Excuse me for saying black as hell or black ass because I was not intended to be negative. Typically, black as hell or black ass can, not always, but it can be perceived as a negative statement. Remember though, as I stated earlier, men don't discriminate against shades of color. Like Craig told Smokey, man, it's the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And some of y'all blacker and finer than a motherfucker too. Point is, what doesn't make dollars doesn't make sense. Don't let the shades of color and wanting a lighter kid or darker kid blind you from the fact that your kid is beautiful.
It's the FMFU podcast, bitch.
I remember hearing a story on TV from Viola Davis about growing up in South Carolina. Everyone knows who Viola Davis is. How to Get Away with Murder, the only black woman to be nominated for 3 Academy Awards while winning one. And for you comic nerds, she was Amanda Waller in Suicide Squad. She is a darker skinned woman, and in this story on TV, she told of how when she was growing up in South Carolina, she too felt the pain of being called an assortment of, let's say, derogatory terms. And she shared, how after a while, she began to believe that she, in fact, was ugly. I think this is something that has occurred with a lot of our women growing up during their grade school years, maybe even middle school or high school. I've seen a few posts these past few days and some people who I know personally who have reposted memes or Snapchatted quotes, and it seemed to steer towards the fact that some people made fun of these women when they were younger girls only because they had darker skin, causing them to feel similar to how Viola Davis said she had felt in her interview. It also leads me to believe that all of the light skin jokes and this whole light skin versus dark skin stuff started because of how someone was treated or made fun of as a child. Some people even go so far to claim the real light skin versus dark skin beef happened when Scar threw Mufasa off the cliff. Okay, maybe not. Just jokes. But I do believe everything with the kids and how they think always starts at home. It comes from the parents. If you come from a good foundation of a home, typically, not always, you have morals instilled within you by your parents, whose job it is to guide you throughout life and help you grow with a positive mindset. And not to belittle people based on their skin color. Hell, a lot of us blacks didn't come from a 2-family home, and we still get these morals from someone who guides us, whether it be an uncle, a football coach, an older mentor, whoever. We find our way to get that. Well, some of y'all still ignorant, so I ain't gonna say all. But anyway, I think this is just one of those subjects that kind of gets tossed to the side because our focus is usually always only on watching out for the man that's trying to oppress us. I think this is something that should be very important to us, and we need to quit this battle within ourselves as we got enough shit to deal with, man. You know how many situations I've been in, how many situations I've been around or heard about where someone was quick to throw that nigger word around? A lot. And I think that's why it's important that this battle of light skin versus dark skin, this shit just needs to stop. I know sometimes it might just be people clowning online or whatever, but you got to really think about it. Some people really take this shit serious. Not saying it's something I take serious because I'm a light-skinned guy and my wife is brown. So it ain't like I'm just, it's a whole yellow factory over here. You know what I'm saying? But my point is that we're already fighting a war. Let's not fight within ourselves. Light skin versus dark skin is the exact opposite of judging someone by their character, which was the point that Dr. Martin Luther King was trying to make to the white people judging us by our skin during the civil rights movement. If Dr. King was alive today and saw these memes and all of this light skin versus dark skin shit, he'd be dogging y'all, just like in that episode of the Boondocks. Niggas are living contradictions. Niggas are full of unfulfilled ambitions. Niggas wax and wane. Niggas love to complain. Niggas love to hear themselves talk, but hate to explain. Niggas love being another man's judge and jury. Niggas procrastinate until it's time to worry. Niggas love to be late. Niggas hate to hurry. Anybody that watch Boondocks, they know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, because that episode was funny as shit. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, H, and M. Shaking my head. So for the people who haven't been caught up or have been under a fucking rock all week, H&M rocked the headlines on Monday by posting an ad on their UK website. The site was advertising a green sweatshirt available for purchase modeled by a young black boy. The boy might have been maybe between 7 and 9 years old. Unfortunately, H&M decided to print across the chest on the sweatshirt a design that says, "Coolest monkey in the jungle." What the fuck were they thinking? Now, this was initially the reaction when discovered on the UK website. It wasn't on the US website. It got discovered on a website in the UK. So, being that that's the case, that just shows how things go viral quickly, especially when Black Twitter is involved. Salute the Black Twitter army, by the way. Black Twitter is like undefeated. Like, you cannot fuck with Black Twitter. Like, it's a ugly, beautiful, lovely thing. But so Black Twitter takes it and runs with it. And now it's all over the place. H&M loses one of their collaborators in The Weeknd, which I'm like, damn, because some of them hoodies are fire, and I was looking forward to, maybe some more, but looks like that's not going to happen. And then H&M does what all the other fuckers have done in the past, sends out one of those lukewarm-ass apologies. "We are deeply sorry that the picture was taken, and we also regret the actual print. Therefore, we have not only removed the image from our channels, but also the garment from our product offering globally. It is obvious that our routines have not been followed properly. This is without any doubt. We will thoroughly investigate why this happened to prevent this type of mistake from happening again." Now let's keep it a buck. H&M is wrong, and we all know why. with all of the racial issues going on and all the killing of unarmed black men in 2017 and prior, and everything that is too much to listen is one sentence, you can't be a billion-dollar company and not catch shit like this. The only way that happens is if you don't have, well, one of those coolest monkeys from the jungle in your office or in your staff to let you know, nah, bruh, you might not want to do that shit. You also have seen the backlash from ads from all kinds of other companies, such as Pepsi, Chick-fil-A, and Dove, just to name a few. There is no excuse for advertising anything that is racially insensitive. H&M, you are not the first company to make this mistake, and I do not feel bad for you as a company, store, or staff. However, as I am who I am on the From Me For Us podcast, I'm not a totally straight and narrow tunnel vision looking at things type guy. I see that H&M is not American based. They are based in Sweden. I'll be the first to tell you, I have no idea at all how the culture is over there and how it is with black Swedish people or anything else, and if they really truly didn't know. But if they really truly didn't know, this still doesn't make H&M wrong to declare negligence. But you got to remember, however, negligence still means you're guilty in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of the people. You can't tell a cop that, oh, officer, I didn't know the speed limit. That cop's still going to write your ass a fucking ticket because you were negligent. That's your own fault. But a small part of me does honestly feel that these idiots really might have not known what the hell they were doing because they really were ignorant to the fact. Remember, people, ignorant doesn't define as stupid. It defines it what you don't know. I also feel like the internet makes things way worse than what they could be. Imagine if there was no Twitter. Would this thing on H&M's site have even gone viral? Would it even brought attention that they are possibly racist? Did Twitter help serve them a pile of shit as a lesson to learn that you need to be more sensitive to racial issues of the Western civilization culture who purchase your items? Or is this a new marketing play? As H&M knows this will blow over, hey, probably by the time you're listening to this podcast, and you know, blacks will continue on with their normal lives. Is that what's going on? Who knows? I know I don't fucking know. But before you go saying, you know, fuck H&M, them niggas is racist, blah, 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 look at it this way. What if the model in that sweater was a light-skinned boy instead of a dark-skinned boy? Would the narrative been as sensitive? Or is the narrative super sensitive because the boy's dark-skinned, which you can try to say that resembles a monkey in the fact they used to call us that back in the day, and we're mostly portraying it on shows, books, and everything else as black, dark-skinned people? Are we changing how things are based only on the skin color, but of the same race? Are we not keeping them equal? Because I'm going to be real with you. I don't think Black Twitter or any of y'all would have given two fucks if it was a light-skinned boy in that sweater. And that's just me being 1,000. Let's say, hypothetically, I put my daughter in that sweater and posted it on Instagram. And let's say that ad wasn't even discovered, or let's say the ad didn't even exist. Let's just say I saw it. She likes to jump around like a little monkey. And I put the sweater on her, and I got it because I thought it was cute, and I wanted her to have it. But I posted it on Instagram. Would I be deemed a racist? Would my Instagram post have gone viral for posting a pic of her in a sweater that says coolest monkey in the jungle? Let's keep it 1,000. Y'all would have blew my Instagram up with like 100+ likes because y'all don't like none of my shit unless I post my daughter on it. But it wouldn't have went viral. I mean, when she was younger, she had a monkey-themed bedroom. Does that make me a racist? It doesn't? No? Well, why not? Is it because I'm black and I have a black daughter? Or is it because she's light-skinned? I can't speak for the whole globe, so someone might have had an issue. But, you know, it wouldn't have went viral if it was just me. Maybe not even mentioned at all. I just feel like this situation kind of comes full circle to what I spoke of earlier of how blacks shouldn't see color difference between light skin and dark skin. Just like you can't banish one racist thing but still support another racist thing. In my eyes, this sounds very hypocritical to me based on the examples I just gave. You can't be woke to not shopping at H&M, but still support other publicly criticized racist things, I could go on about this topic all day, but I'll wrap it up by saying this. The same people who I see saying, nigga, I ain't shopping at H&M no more, we ain't doing that shit. Y'all motherfuckers better not use any more Dove soap. Y'all better not drink any more fucking Pepsi. And y'all damn sure better not eat no more motherfucking Chick-fil-A. I don't give a fuck how good them chicken sandwiches are. I don't give a shit. You better, man, if you're gonna ban one, ban them all. And you sure as fucking better not be watching no fucking NFL football. You better stick to college, motherfucker. And the national championship just passed, so you're gonna have to fucking wait some months. If you clueless to why I named those 4 things, as in Dove soap, Pepsi, Chick-fil-A, and the NFL, well, you really ain't fucking quote-unquote woke. But if you don't have a clue, look them up. There's been more than enough coverage on it. I'm sure it'll be plenty of fucking resources for you to find out what's going on. In conclusion, though, do what you want in life. Don't let nobody fucking judge you or steer you how you want to do it. But in the words of Uncle Ruckus, don't be a hypocritical nigga. Thank you for listening to the FMFU podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to receive all the latest podcasts when they release. Also, be sure to follow FMFU on Twitter and Instagram at FMFU_podcast. Remember, people, if no one is going to be honest with you, your boy Reese will. And that's always. Until next time, fuckers.